Hello, Raw Mithril here once again, and it's time to go after the second half of the bolts in this game. We've got 23, so that leaves 17 more to get. So let's get right to it. So first up we head to Duo's little mini-stage here. The enemy placement makes these bolts a bit tricky. You have to really know how you're dealing with everything here. Know how to fake out monopellons and Dodonpa cannons. That bolt actually is positioned differently in the Saturn version. Instead of the bolt, there's supposedly a ladder over here somewhere that you climb, and you have a rematch with Cut Man. Cut Man is thus guarding the bolt. Over here there's a more straightforward one that's the same for both versions of the game. And that's all there is to that. So now we move on to Aqua Man, which has 4 bolts in it. Unfortunately, there's one each in both mazes. So I will go ahead and show the full solution to the maze, including getting the bolt, because, well, this first one, it doesn't really add much more to it, actually. We just have to come in here and hit that switch, and then make our way back. And then it's right here. From there, it's just the same as last time. Hit the switch, loop the maze one more time, and we're out. And as long as I'm here, the next bolt actually is right here in the collapsing tower. So why not have a little more fun with this? Basically, you just have to, as usual, keep ahead of the tower and be ready to slide for it. But hey, after everything we've been through, that's not too hard. Yay, successful speedrun segment. Kit would be proud. Maybe. I do not at all pretend to be as good at speedrunning as he is. Anyway, there's the bolt right there, so quick slide, grab it, get out, and go about our day. Okay, now for the last 2 in Aqua Man stage. This one's simple enough. Why they bothered putting that other platform on the left, I'll never know. And thus we get into the second maze. You can see the bolt up there. Most of this is pretty much just following the same kind of path from when we actually were just trying to get out of the maze, only it goes a bit faster this time. Come through here, set the green gate down. Doesn't really matter about that pink gate, but it just makes it a little easier to get up there. Watch out for the wall taku. Set that gate up. We come over here, and we do have to use something to get up here. Move the green gate out of the way, claim the bolt, and there's the exit right there. And now for Sword Man stage, which has 3 bolts in it, but only in the PlayStation version. This first bolt I'm getting is not actually here in the Saturn version. Thus, the Saturn version, it's only got 2 bolts in it. That bolt, instead, in the Saturn version, is in Search Man stage, where it's guarded by the mid-boss, Woodman. The other 2 bolts here in Sword Man stage are constant between the 2 versions. So, with that, let's head to the Thunderclaw trial. Let's just get through here quickly, shall we? They want us to use the Thunderclaw, so hey, why not? There's the bolt down there in plain sight. Getting out with it, that's the tricky part, but not too bad. There we go, we're safe. So, the last bolt here in Sword Man stage is a bit on the tricky side to get. You have to be ready with the flash bombs. You might have noticed that rubble was actually marked with a flash bomb insignia, much like the flash bomb trial was. Look at those shiny golden bolts, and yet we can't have them. Disappointing, that. those are ultra shiny. Of course, lots of bats in the way of the real bolt, which they will let us take. And then we warp out, and it quite thoughtfully spits us out right in front of Swordman's gate. Lovely. So, back to Aqua Man stage. Joy. Yes, I can feel the tension rising already. So, that's not a suspicious crack at all. Astro Crush! And thus we find the first of 4 bolts hidden in this stage. You might have also noticed the water level rising. That'll be important in a moment. But first there's another bolt to find in this area. The method of hiding it was also seen in Pirate Man's stage. Much as we had to get a spike mine out of the way to get a disc, we have to do the same here for a bolt. And Tornado Hold does the job. Two bolts down, and with the heightened water level, we can swim through here. And in doing so, we find a secret passage that I honestly don't remember. Even from playing this game before I started making videos, I don't remember this area. So either I've blocked it from my memory, or I've been missing a bolt all this time and just don't know it. That or I've slept since then and just honestly don't remember it, from it being so long since I've really played this game. Pretty blue crystals in the back, though. Okay, here we go. Yet another Danmaku shaft. Wonderful. This one feels even more annoying than the first one, actually. Okay, there's the bolt, so let's get out of here. And with that, we drop back down into this area, which we've seen before, so we can end things here. But here's the ultimate joke. You have to go through Aqua Man stage twice to get all the bolts. Oh, Aqua Man, you annoy me from beyond the scrapyard. Okay, back to Aqua Man stage again for the last blasted bolt here, and the upper path that we used in the main video, because we need the calmer, friendlier Danmaku shaft? I never thought I'd call it that, but it is. This one feels so easy by comparison now. Anyway, yeah, we saw the bolt earlier, and there it is. Now I never want to see Aqua Man stage again. So here we are back in Search Man stage, in search of, the final 4 bolts of the game. The enemy types in here aren't too helpful about it, though. Swarmbirds, Ombubatons, very annoying. But the first bolt's hidden behind the grass there. Now, I just want a quick exit from here, that should do the trick. That was very close. Bloody Swarmbirds. So there are 2 bolts to be found in this area. Both of them actually pretty well hidden. The first one requires some tricky use of Robot Master weapons. Timed carefully, there we go. Up the ladder, and hi there, Go Risley. Hi there, another Go Risley. I'm glad you're not as durable as Mega Man and Bass. And with that, we carefully come on down here and fight with this Rhino Driller. And beware the Swarmbirds! But this time we go down the ladder. Yes, that's the only way to kill Thorn Vines is with fire. Back off, Ombubaton. Yeah, and I know you're going to reappear down there. But anyway, there's the last bolt. At least, for now. One more to get. And here it is, the final bolt, which we've actually seen before. A special note, there is an additional bolt here in the Search Man stage, as mentioned earlier, if you're playing the Saturn version, and you defeat Woodman. But it's a trade-off. It's not an extra bolt because one just doesn't appear in the Swordman stage, but that's it for the bolt gathering. And with that, that's all 40 bolts down. Just a quick save of the game to verify that. And there we go, 40 bolts. So, that is all the currency you have to buy whatever you want. I have had some interest in perhaps showing off what some of the items do that you can purchase in the game, so I might show that if there's enough interest. Comment on this video if you want to see that. And until the next video, that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this one was informative, and I'll see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well.